kick things off with a rear-wheel drive battle. Who do we have on deck here? That of Christos Hantzaras and Paweł Borowski. And so we got a BMW, the S chassis. What do they have under the hood here?
And this is obviously with Paweł, who's obviously local, Poland, first time, up against Christos, who's got a little bit of experience. He's done 2 GYMKHANA grids. Obviously, his first one was back in 2016 when it was a home contest for him in Greece. So this is what we like to see, because these guys have come in here qualifying as 4th fastest and 13th. So favour is obviously with Paweł, and he's local, so the crowd's certainly going to be behind him as well. But this is what I love. It is super quick off the launch and into that first set of barrels. So you're quite tempted to say, listen, do we throw a lot of horsepower at it? There's 900 horsepower in that Nissan versus 750, but you've got to be able to control it through the technical, tricky stuff.
A lot of horsepower there, but as you say, it's managing that and really getting precision driving. You really don't want to make a mistake. You have to go into that ball turn. Now, a lot of the drivers are saying the pinata, that obstacle, that ball back there in the pinatas, that one is hard to fill. So let's take a look here as we see that of Paweł.
That for me is the most tricky part of this whole track, because that second ball, you've got nowhere to go. You come in quite hot, easy to overshoot. They're going to head to it now as they head around the pool section. I wanted to be on lifeguard duty. I thought it'd be nice and cool in Poland.
See, look at that.
We're sweating in a sauna. That is tricky.
Yeah, and you just need to whip it in there. So you kind of really nose in and just really do a J-turn and yank on that handbrake as they go through the container. A lot of the obstacles emulating that of GYMKHANA 10. Now into the grid sign. You can see the bike rack there. They're pretty nose and nose right now. You could see of Christos.
Ahead at the moment, yeah. The graphics are going to confuse a few people because obviously they're sticking to the wrong side as we jump around. But Paweł, the local 4th fastest qualifier, is slightly ahead. Just looking at the reaction times, quite nice with such good data off the grid. Christos actually a little bit quicker off the line, 0.7 reaction time versus 0.73. So very close ahead into the final section.
Oh, and we are nose and nose. This is the 720.
This is very cool.
All right, so yeah, they're wrapping it around. Here we go. So Paweł keeping it very tight. Christos opening up, so it looks like Paweł, our local driver, first ever grid, throws it down. And also Christos, you can see a 1-second penalty, hitting one of the objects, knocking it over, so that'll be a wet course. No, so that could totally change things.
I mean, that was the forecast when we arrived. There was meant to be rain earlier in the week, and it hasn't, stuck dry. Getting ready to race, so let's have a look. This player's on your mind now. You've seen some drops of rain on your windscreen. You're going, oh, hang, this is going to be a little different to what I did 15 seconds ago before the switch around. So let's have a look at that reaction time off the line now. Let's see who's the quickest there. Looks like a pretty even start. But Christos certainly arriving in the arena.
And the time starts as they cross that start line, when they leave the line, and the finish line is actually right under that near disco ball. They're neck and neck right now. Doesn't seem like the rain is causing too much of a havoc.
That's what Paweł wants, though. All you got to try and do here is just keep it clean, keep it tidy, make sure you hit all the obstacles, don't get any additional penalties, and you through. That's what's cool with grid. It doesn't matter where you qualify. When you get into these head-to-head shootouts, make one mistake and goodbye. Grid's done for you for 2019.
Yeah, you can spin out. So again, this is our first rear-wheel drive battle. Not our first, but first as we are live around the world. Here, many different ways to view it. Monster Energy GYMKHANA Grid, Warsaw, Poland, as now on that far side of the track. It looks like that of Paweł is a little bit ahead of Christos right now.
Yeah, I love this tricky section because it's quite technical, and then you get to the really tight bit now, heading into this little spindle section. Around the grid they go twice, and then into the real technical part of the track. 2 high-speed sections, so you really do need to get your car set up for that speed transfer between the obstacles, but then make sure that you can keep it rotated and turned in nice and tight. Looking really, really good is Paweł, and I'm sure the crowd are going to be loving this to see him going through. Seeing some wipers going as well. Yeah. That is really messing with their heads, but doing a great job.
Well, we do call it the washing machine there, so the 3 bumper car washing machines go get the spin, and now into the 720 neck and neck. But Paweł, again, keeping it really tight. Look at that. Really good execution. Where are they going to end? Look at Christos with another penalty, had a penalty, and that could end up being the nail in the coffin for Christos, coming from Greece, but our local Polish driver in that 200SX, 3-liter, 900 horsepower. Paweł, let's take a look at it. Emulating many different GYMKHANA elements. I'm talking about from the internet, now here in person, the 10th ever installment of GYMKHANA Grid. These are the semifinals, the first one, semifinal 1 here in rear-wheel drive. Paweł versus Christos. All right, here we go, out underneath that disco ball. The party begins now. The left course, the white course, the right one, the green one. You can see illuminated here through that sweeping turn.
You can see Christos actually locking up there. This is maximum attack. Most of the guys are grabbing third gear, so huge speed. Then you've got to slow it down to get around those barrels, and you've got to keep it tight here. We know the crowd favorite, obviously, Paul Kobylinski, knocking out the fastest qualifier, Steve Baglioni. So he's coming there with a lot of confidence, but they're neck and neck. And this first bit is pretty horsepower.
Yeah.
The second part of the circuit gets very technical. And we head to
and a penalty.
penalty.
Christos hits that final barrel. That will definitely hurt him. Again, Christos.
There it is, a 1 second penalty being added to his time. This is his second GYMKHANA grid, obviously 2016 when the show went to Greece. He competed there. Great to have him back. He wasn't in South Africa for the last 2 rounds, so great to have him here and doing well in the semi-final. But just because the second penalty doesn't mean it's all over. We've seen it happen when you run the mirror course. Very, very tricky, this obstacle, because you can't just dial it in and get on the power, because the size of the obstacle, you've got to stop it, turn it, stop it, turn it. It's a very, very tricky course. I love this section.
The bumper car washing machine. There are 3 of them in total. Triple donuts, as now they will approach. Once they complete those 3, they'll go into the 720 around Ken Block's rally car. Half of it sticking out. And look at that, Christos. Oh, and look at, there you go.
Yeah.
You talked about it. Powell making a mistake as Christos brings it around.
And
but again, that
one.
second penalty, they were right there, neck and neck. It looks like a 134.508 from Powell, but bettered by a 134.488. That's what is it, 110ths, right? What, a thousand?
I'm not Jeff for maths.
Yeah, all right. Well, just 0.02 difference.
TV feed. You haven't heard our online streaming commentary. The tricky thing here is every driver has a favorite side, and most of the drivers favor the left side. They feel that that's their quicker side. So Powell, even though he does have a slight advantage, he's heading onto the side that most drivers don't classify as their favorite. So this race is far from over, and up for grabs, obviously a slot in the final of GYMKHANA Grid 2019 in Poland. Wow, man, close, neck and neck heading into the arena. Love it.
So there is a difference right now. Powell has that advantage just under a second, 0.980. As, again, he has that advantage. He needs to keep it tight in order to take this win. But Christos is going to do everything he can and keep away from those obstacles.
I don't think we can stress enough the mentality of this event. It's ever-changing. You know, a mistake you make, you put yourself under pressure, you glimpse across the circuit and you see that the guys ahead of you, you try a little bit harder. All of this sort of stuff dials into mistakes being made. And that is what makes GYMKHANA Grid one of the most unique and exciting
just motorsports,
yeah, it's great. Spectators and drivers.
You're taking elements of drifting with that styling, airing it out. Oh, and look at that Powell with a 1 second penalty. He does hit that wrecking ball, the pinata wrecking ball. But again, you're taking elements of drifting. You're taking elements of grip. You're taking elements of precise driving, as well as you're racing the clock and you're racing the competitor. All the elements combined. GYMKHANA Grid. Oh, we are neck and neck. Powell looks like he's a little quicker through the GYMKHANA Grid billboard. Marius, you look a little dumbfounded right now.
Because this is exactly what we're talking about. One little mistake, and it's even Stevens at the moment. So Christos is in with a Charge. It was just under a second was the advantage that Powell had. If he keeps it tidy, Christos does with that slight lead he's got now, he can end up finding himself in the final.
Yeah, look at this. So Powell has that advantage. Right now, it is less than a second, but he has that second penalty. It's going to come down. Look at Ken Christos bring it on home. It looks like he might be a little too late. Let's take a look. Christos and Powell. I don't think it's enough, and it doesn't look like it is. Powell, even with that penalty, will advance on, and he's going to... I think that Mantis is going all the way.
Okay.
I think Daigo is going to get some, what do you call it? Just get it back.
Yeah.
I think Daigo's going to dial it in. He's going to get third place, but I think Mantis is going to go all the way.
I'm with you on that. That little car has been so impressive, and I think that is a great story. We saw it at every single one of the GYMKHANA grids. It's about having the right amount of power, having the right car.
Looking Toyota Supra went into the wall and knocked himself out. Christos Chantzeras from Greece. He's ready to throw down against the Ninja. Here we go. Daigo launches out. You can see about a half second ahead of Christos. Oh, you wonder what happened to Daigo Saito. Maybe he's got bigger issues. Look at that, Daigo Saito. He is having major issues. Oh, and looks like that will be a DNF for Daigo Saito. Yeah, but it's gonna be, that's gonna be DNF. So unfortunately for him, And again, you need your car 100%. And Christos, as long as he finishes out the course, no obstacles hit, you'll have a major advantage. You want to finish it out, or is Daigo just going to basically park it and say,
I think he's going to get it into Park from A, see if they can get the car fixed, because for you guys watching at home, if this is your first time on the grid, some of the drivers have spotters that'll be telling the driver, listen, your competitor's made a massive mistake, don't do anything silly, back it off. So Christos has, the spotters will be telling him, just keep it tidy, don't go the wrong way around the circuit and get DNF'd yourself. He could make a silly mistake, and if Daigo's car is up and running, we still have a battle. This obviously isn't what we want to see from a television perspective. I think the fact that Daigo got knocked out as he did, with literally one last turn to go, was a massive shock for everyone. But that is what can happen in GYMKHANA grid. And when you have these easy runs, sometimes you've got to look after the car mechanically too, because things can go wrong. That is an all-new build. We were raving about it earlier. What a great job him and his team have done. Nobody expected that car to come all new and be that fast. But looks like one event too much.
But it all started on Thursday. Luke Wood.
But I can guarantee you that Christos is going to be wanting to do a proper demo run. He's going to get all of the cameras focused on him, and well deserved. It's his second GYMKHANA grid. 2016 when the show went to Greece, his home country. He was there. He missed the 2 rounds in South Africa in 2017 and 2018, and now we're back in Europe, in Poland, for GYMKHANA grid 10. And Christos, this is awesome. What a nice run to know you on the podium. 3rd place for him. He'll be super stoked with that. By far, his best result.
Yeah. Christos in that BMW E36.
Sounds good, eh?
Sounds great. And you know what? He's got to be smiling ear to ear underneath his helmet. Finishing a podium spot with 30-plus drivers coming in here for only 16 spots, and he comes out in the top 3, coming all the way from Greece, as you said. His 2nd time ever at GYMKHANA grid. He's got to be feeling pretty pumped right now.
I think that is what I love, is that I know we're going to see all-wheel drives coming up now, and there's some seriously heavy hitters from a car perspective and experienced drivers, but these also guys that are amateurs. You know, they load their cars up on a trailer and take the drive across Europe to come and compete, and to be going door to door with some of the best in the world, like a legend that is Daigo Saito, is a dream come true for all of them, you know. And I think this is going to be in his personal memory banks forever. It's going to be his replay on his phone, watching this final run. And there we go, Daigo Saito DNF. A real pity though, because we want to put a good show together. So I'm sure Daigo will be gutted as well if he couldn't get a final run at it. But well done, Christos. Gonzalez from Greece, fantastic 3rd place finisher from GYMKHANA grid 2019 in Poland.
Yeah, Christos Gonzalez, his hand goes out the window. Congratulations to him. The monster BMW E36 takes down the Ninja, the defending champion. Fails to make it into even a podium spot.
All right, first up, we start with our rear-wheel drive podium. Representing Greece in the monster E36, Christos Gonzalez. Where are you at, Christos? The podium is yours right here, sir. And there is, look at that, there is the medal. You can hold it up. There you go, sir. You can take it out if you want, put it on. Gonna pop the locks on there. There you go, Christos. Congratulations. Champagne yet. And don't spray the models. Don't spray the models. Don't spray the model. Oh, he's not a model. You can spray him. No, oh no, shit.